Welcome everybody to the Sandbox Wednesday stream. I'm Alex Florez, joined here in voice, mind, body, soul, and with so much enthusiasm. Lucas is right. How you doing, Lucas?
Amazing, Alex. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. I'm wondering if there's like any news
Nope, no
that we
news.
need to talk about
We
today.
should just shut it down.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have a hangout, chill.
Lock it up.
Yeah, nothing too exciting going on right now.
Hmm.
Except, Alpha Season 3 is finally announced.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
We are going live in 1 week, August 24th.
It feels like it was forever, and now it feels like it's tomorrow.
Yeah, this is going to be there's going to be so much to do in the next week.
So much room for activities.
So little room for activities. It's going to feel like the shortest week with the most stuff going on ever.
I'm excited.
Since NFT NYC, at least.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. We've been working really hard on this. We're still working hard on this. It's just we're now at a point where like we can launch, and but there's still lots of stuff going on behind the scenes. And when will KYC be implemented? KYC is going to be live during the season. At any point during the season you can do the KYC. I wouldn't wait till the very, very end in case there's any issues. The sooner you can do it, the better. But you don't need to have KYC active until the end of the season when it's time for the raffle and for claiming prizes.
Let me ask you a question. If somebody does KYC for Alpha Season 3, and then a land sale pops up, will that KYC carry over? I'm assuming it does, but
it should be the same KYC for every. Once you do the KYC, there's KYC on your account.
Cool.
So
like a verification
unless
stamp that once you have it, it doesn't go away.
Yeah, so I unless we like totally change our system or something, I don't think we're gonna need to redo it at any point.
Right.
So yeah, that would be Ice Pilot says when season 4. It'll be after season 3. I can confirm that.
They would.
Do you need KYC to participate in the contests? Well, so any claims that you're gonna have, you'll need the KYC. To receive any sort of prizes, you need the KYC. To just simply participate in the contests, I'm not sure if you need to be KYC'd in order to join them, but in order to reap the benefits of winning in those contests, you definitely need the KYC. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's going to lock people out of the KY or out of the contests without KYC. I'm not sure on that part specifically, but there's no point in joining the contests if you don't have the KYC, because if you win, then you won't be able to get it unless you KYC. For those of you who don't know what KYC is, it is Know Your Customer. It is a process of proving your identity to the sandbox, so that way we know that each account belongs to a different real life person. And the KYC is done through our website. It's not active yet for general users unless you were part of one of the early test runs. We had like 1,000 users who got an email saying, hey, you can try out KYC now, and they were able to do the KYC. So that was like a what do we call that, a test, like a
test run?
Well, yeah, it's a test run, but like when you try to push a whole bunch of people, stress test. It's a stress test of the system to see how well it handled. Castle run of having 1,000 people at once trying to do it. So Know Your Customer means that in the case, you can do it a couple different ways, like different forms of identification. I think you can use I know driver's license for sure, passport. I think there's some other ones. The instructions are very simple when you do it. It took me all of about 3 minutes to do the process, and then I was approved in less than 45 minutes. I heard some people who did it as part of the 1,000 test. It was like they were approved within 5 minutes. So basically, I used my webcam. You can use your cell phone actually. It's easier using your cell phone because you can move your cell phone more easily than a webcam usually. You take a picture of like the front and the back of your driver's license, and then you hold the camera to do like a selfie, and then you have to like zoom it into your face, so it shows, hey, this is a real human face that's 3D. So,
Love
not
zooming
just
things
like
in on my face.
not just a photo of somebody that you grabbed.
I think Joe's here. What's up, Joe?
Hey,
Hi,
Joe.
how are you?
How's it
Good to
going?
hear
Hey, I'm
your
operating
voice.
on a mobile phone. But no, I muted myself so that you wouldn't have to. And I know I sound like I'm on a spaceship right now, but I just wanted to say hi to everybody. And I'm so freaking hyped for season 3!
I was wondering if you were going to pop in for a second today.
Yeah, I saw you guys talking about it, and I barely got one PC running on a phone.
On a phone. Is that
Oh,
Conrad?
hey.
Conrad in the chat.
You know,
Conrad.
Everybody's here.
I was only gonna be here in the chat, but
And Joe came.
I had to pop in to get hype with Joe as well because there's no GMAE show and we've been doing guest shows. So here you go, everybody. This is our hype moment. What is up?
So excited.
Vision EX right Condad here, giving you some love. Have a great show, Alex, Lucas. This is
Yes.
exciting stuff.
That
I'm
was
out
it.
again. Back to
That was
chat.
it for
Yep.
me. I'm going back to chat too.
All right.
See you
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Have fun in the chat.
Great show.
Play nice. All right. Yeah.
That was
Joseph is
nice.
in the middle of moving.
Mm.
So,
He bought
all of
himself
his
a house.
technology. Yeah, got himself a house. He's a big boy now. Yeah. So that's keeping him pretty busy at the moment, and a little like not as set up with his computers. All right. So I think I answered all the questions about KYC. It's not active yet. It'll be on the Sandbox website. There's gonna be like a pop-up, like you have those little banner strips that go like across the top or the bottom of the screen, depending on what it is. So it's gonna be like, hey, you want a KYC if you want to like participate in this stuff. I mean, people can play the alpha with no KYC. That's fine, but you're gonna need to KYC in order to claim any prizes. And yeah, it's a real simple process. Let's see. So I'm gonna share this Medium article in the chat here.
Bring it on.
This is about Alpha Season 3. 10 weeks. And you can see just from this image here, which I've got as my desktop background, we've got The Walking Dead, Rabbids, Steve Aoki, Smurfs, Care Bears, Atari, Avenged Sevenfold, Dead Mouse, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Pororo, Warner Music. I think I said Smurfs. Sueco is part of Warner Music. Who was it? World of Women. People of Crypto. What am I missing anything in here?
Dead Mouse? Did you say Dead Mouse?
I did say Dead Mouse.
Okay, well then
I'm looking at all the pictures here, trying to see if I missed any partners. Lots of stuff. And lots more than that, because there's 90 experiences.
I got a question for you, Alex.
Hmm.
Who, and you might not be able to answer this because it could convey a sense of favoritism, but who are you most looking forward to? Atari, Walking Dead, Sueco.
Let's see. Well, so I have the advantage of being able to play a lot of this stuff in advance as part of the testing for this. I'm just excited for all of it. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know that I really have like a favorite brand above all the others. Yeah, correct answer is yes. Thank you, Slater Aid.
I'm most excited for Slater Aid.
Yes.
He's an experience, correct?
Not in season 3. We'll see what comes next.
Let down.
Let's see. So Zollner Blake says Sandbox experiences are the sweetest. I like our our
in-house stuff
oracles,
is really good.
heroes, and scientists stuff. And I mean, it's all about that race maze.
Race maze had such
it's race maze
replayability.
forever. forever and
Yeah.
ever. Now we have actual leaderboards that track
Oh.
your time down to the thousandth of a second.
Because that's what you need.
That's
Thousands, maybe even
yeah.
more.
Right.
That's legit.
Well, so this question came up during our staff testing is like, okay, so we know by beating the quests, you get EP, which are ethos points.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that like the top 100 or probably even like the top 1,000 players on the leaderboard will all have the same ethos points because they're gonna all complete all the quests. That's how you get into the top positions on the leaderboard, is having all the EP. And then it comes down to those timestamps. How fast can you do all the quests? And somebody was like, well, what if the top 2 players have the exact same time? And it's like, that is so astronomically, statistically impossible, because not only would they have to get this down, that they would have to get the same time across literally like
Everything,
like hundreds, over 1,000 quests across all of these 90 plus experiences, and then it's down to 1,000th of a second. Can you imagine like that? Just I think if that were to happen, we would just be like, okay, you both get the grand prize, because that was just too amazing. Obviously, I'm not in a position to I don't have the authority to say that, but it's like that's statistically impossible.
Yeah.
It would be pretty amazing. All right.
I don't think anybody would be mad about that.
Beardman voice doesn't match his face. We both have beards.
Let's say, who exactly are they referring to?
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Let's see. Progress and level up. Progress, not progress. Makes a difference. Complete all quests to collect ethos points. Participate in the raffle and leaderboards for a chance to win an alpha pass and earned sand rewards. Let's see. 27 experiences from brand partners such as Snoop Dogg. Oh, I didn't mention Snoop Dogg. That's what I forgot. Snoop Dogg, The Walking Dead, Deadmau5, Sueco, Warner Music Group, Ubisoft's Rabbids, Bored Ape Yacht Club, World of Women, The Smurfs, Steve Aoki, Metapride, Care Bears, and Atari. There will also be 17 experiences from the Sandbox, 20 experiences supported by the Sandbox Game Maker Fund. On top of that, there will be 12 user-generated content UGC experiences from independent creators and 16 experiences from game jams.
Love that there's going to be game jam winners in there.
Yeah, this is the first season where we really see. This is the most like season 2. We didn't have a lot of partner content. There was Snoop Dogg. Was that
Season
it?
2?
In season 2, I think it was just Snoop Dogg, wasn't it?
As far as partners are concerned?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like Atari, they had some. There were some Atari assets in Fortress
There was
of Blood
Atari
Souls.
assets, but there wasn't an Atari experience.
Exactly.
Unless, yeah.
I think Snoop Dogg was the only partner experience. So we got a lot more partner experiences. We've got more game jam experiences than we had last time, and then this is the first time we're having the UGC experiences, where these are just independent creators that have been added to everything. So people that were found from around the community, and we're really starting to see like how the Sandbox is going to develop without it just being the Sandbox making it, right? Like the Game Maker Fund, these are creators who are paid by the Sandbox to make stuff. The partners, there's kind of a mix of Sandbox staff and the partners people working on this stuff, and then the
DJ
game
Blondish.
jams. That's right. Okay, yeah. So DJ Blondish and Deadmau5. That Deadmau5 was in season 1. DJ Blondish was in season 2. It was Club XYZ, which is we have kind of like rotating between different artists and stuff.
Sorry, I interrupted you with that comment though, so please continue.
So Game Jam and UGC is totally not created by Sandbox staff. This is the community making stuff, and we're starting to see them come into the alpha season, and this is going to be kind of a preview of what it's going to be like to have a full map, which we're still hoping for before the end of the year, I believe. So that's really exciting to see how this is gonna blow up with a ton of different creators. There's gonna be so many things to play.
It's really cool, like you're saying, just to build off that, to see everything evolve. Because like you said, originally it was the content in season 1 and season 2 was so it was, I don't want to say restrictive because it wasn't, but it was the start, so it had to start somewhere. But now as it's growing into these other things with these different groups coming together, and you're really seeing, I think this is a microcosm of what the sandbox will be moving forward. And it's really cool to see the evolution of things take place like in real time in front of your face.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Gucci and Ledger are also in here.
Ledger.
Turbo Timmy asks, is there a process to get your experience approved for an alpha? So not yet. I personally, I don't know what connections were made to get the UGC experiences into the alpha. Like I'm guessing they had connections with the right people and were able to get in there. It's going to open up wider. It's season 3 is upon us. It's too late to change what the content is now, but season 4, we're going to be expanding even more for season 4. So I'm guessing there will be more UGC content in season 4, and I'm not sure what the process is going to be there. I do know that the company that Joe and I just started, the Council, which is for doing quality assurance, testing people's experiences, basically what we do on this stream. We're involved in the testing of the UGC content right now. So we are playing the stuff that people have made. We're giving them feedback on it. We're trying to improve those experiences so that way, everybody gets the best experience out of it. I don't like using the same word twice in a sentence like that.
I don't either.
Improve the experiences for the best experience. Improve their, give them feedback on their game so they can make the best experience for players. There we go. I like it. I like that sentence organization better. So yeah, I'm sure Joe and I will have all the details, for people who want to get involved in the UGC aspect of the seasons. I don't have an answer for that process right now because we haven't built it yet, but we're working towards that. All right.
I got a list of questions if you're interested in them.
Let's hop through this real quickly because this might answer some of the questions. So let's get through the rest of this article. Nice quote from Seb. Playable external avatars. So these may not all be available at the very start of season 3, but we're working to get all of these working at some point during the season. You should be able to play, if you have these NFTs, as a Cool Cat, Clone X, Gutter Lab. That's they've got all their different animals, gutter cats and the rats and the pigeons and all that stuff.
Clones and
Cyberkongs, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Steve Aoki, People of Crypto, Doggies, World of Women, and Moonbirds. Aoki, Doggies are working right now. I know because they are. I know they are. People of Crypto. Yeah. Let's see. Introduced guaranteed rewards for holders. This season, discover a new system that will ensure that you're rewarded for being a supporter of our project, with rewards if you hold specific NFTs for the duration of the season. Rest assured that you'll be rewarded with some sand. When completing a level, landowners, avatar holders, and NFT collect users will unlock sand rewards even without an alpha pass.
Ooh.
So if you're a landowner, you can get guaranteed sand rewards even if you don't win the raffle for getting an alpha pass. Alpha pass owners can get up to 500 sand, landowners up to 180 sand, avatar owners up to 60 sand, and NFT collectors up to 30 sand. These are for specific NFT collections. I don't know when this list exactly will be released, but there are specific NFTs that you can collect, and there is a list where you can click and find out what they are. I just don't know when it's going to be public.
Okay.
Compete for the leaderboard. This thing is awesome. And it's cool the way it integrates in the game too, because on your quests, you can actually see what your previous best time was on a quest, and you can see what your current time is. So you can really keep doing it over and over to try to get the best time on a specific quest. Yeah, I'm so pumped for the leaderboard. This thing is also cool because it gives you a breakdown. So you click on your name, and it lists all of the experiences in the season. And if you click on the experience, it lists all the quests in the experience, so you can really see a breakdown of where you stand on specific times.
Like that.
Our avatars also counted for NFT collectors. Hey, Nowhere. We got Razul in the chat.
I think he's taking
Our
off for
avatars
now.
count. Oh, he's saying bye.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no, I didn't see him until he
He's been
said
here for a
bye.
little while though, and then
Okay, I missed him earlier. Our avatars also counted for NFT collectors if we have more avatars. So I think the NFT collector thing is specifically for Sandbox assets, which is a separate NFT contract than the avatars. So they count on separate lists, as far as I know. All right. How does it work? Ranking is based on a total number of ethos points. We kind of already went over this. You earn ethos points from completing quests. It may be 1, 2, 3 ethos points. It's based usually on like how difficult or how long the quest takes. All quests are replayable, so you can improve your score endlessly. The first 5,000 ranked users will receive sand rewards. So if I understand this correctly, the top 5,000 ranked, not the first 5,000 people to rank. If I understand that correctly. The player that ranks first in the leaderboard at the end of the season gets 30,000 sand. I don't know the exact math on sand right now, but that's like $50,000.
It's not bad.
That's not bad for playing a game good.
Okay, I'm going to CoinGecko now. I'm going to let you know the exact amount on that.
Sure. I imagine sand will probably change over the course of the season, but
More than likely.
just for your own peace of mind, staff can play on the leaderboard, but we cannot claim this top prize. So staff will be there on the leaderboard with everybody else, but we're not going to the only players can get that 30,000 sand. We've got another smaller prize pool for the staff people, so we still get to have fun, but we're not taking the rewards away from the players. I just predicted Julio's question there from YouTube. Let's see.
It's $37,000 roughly.
37. Okay. All right. I overestimated a little bit on the
Well, there's a
sand
little
price
bit of
there.
a dip in sand price today, so I think that had something to do with it.
There you go. Let's see. There are daily challenges. There's some info about the KYC. 1 account per player. Note: do not use a VPN set to Japan while playing, because if you are not in Japan and you set your VPN to Japan, then you will not be able to claim sand rewards, because of the way Japanese law blocks play to earn games. So there's other things being done for the Japanese community, but just if you typically use a VPN, just don't set it to Japan.
I mean, I think that's fair.
All right, and that is that. I'm going to give a bunch of applause for this amazing article from our marketing team. All right, what's that list of questions while we get the Game Maker fired up here?
Okay. A lot of them were about KYC, and you kind of answered some of them going through it, but
Sure.
is there any other non-alpha season planned before Snoop season? I don't know. Is there any other non-alpha seasons planned before Snoop season? Is Snoop season a thing?
Snoop season is a thing
Okay.
that's happening after Alpha Season 3.
Okay, after Alpha Season 3.
Yeah. And my understanding is that the Snoopverse is its own season independent from the Sandbox Alpha. So it's not Alpha Season 4. This is Alpha Season 3 Episode 1, if you will. Like, if you are familiar with the Half-Life games. No, this is the Snoop season counts as like an independent season. So I've mentioned this on stream before. We're trying to make a system where other brands, other individuals could create their own seasons if they wanted.
Okay.
We're trying to make this is the whole point of decentralization, to like make these systems, put these tools in the hands of creators. So while it could be great for your game or your brand to be involved in a Sandbox official season, you could also make your own seasons in the Sandbox ecosystem, and you wouldn't necessarily need our support. So I don't know the extent of what those tools will have. I don't know exactly how it will all work. We're not there yet. But that's one of the things that we're working towards is for people to create their own seasons. And so the Snoop season is kind of that. You know, Snoop's an official partner. Sandbox staff is working on his content. So it's not totally independent. It is a partnered season, but it's its own thing for Snoop pass holders to participate in, that is separate from the Sandbox Alphas.
Okay. Next question on the list.
Sure.
And I think you went over this kind of too, but I want to answer it directly. Somebody, I believe it was Ice Pilot, asked, when is the snapshot of the Sandbox assets being taken for the guaranteed prize? So isn't it, you have to hold the assets throughout the entire season? Isn't that what I heard you say? Or I think that's what I heard you say?
That's what the article said, is that you need to have those items and hold them.
Have and hold.
I don't know exactly when a snapshot will be taken. Yeah, I'm not. That's a good question. I'll need to. If you can note that on our Discord, for me to ask that later.
Yeah.
To have and to hodl.
Oh, that was perfect.
So yeah, that would be that is a really good question, because we're gonna have to wait until we see what those NFTs are if people want to buy those ones specifically to have those for the seasonal rewards. So I don't think the snapshot's gonna be like on the first day that you can see that list. But it also I don't think it would be taken on the very last day. I mean, it could.
There's probably going to be some sort of a happy medium, like towards the end of it, something, or educated guess. This is not official information. Just looking at previous seasons and how things have gone. It's usually like a common sense answer to the question on how it works out.
So IPEC over from YouTube says that they think it's not practical to have multiple snapshots throughout the season. I think so. Because of the way blockchain stuff works, snapshots don't necessarily have to be manually done at a specific. Sometimes snapshots can be taken retroactively because all that information about when those transfers happen is on chain, so you can see the transaction history. So I think it's possible that you can say that a snapshot's going to be taken at this specific moment. And then you could do it right then. But if you wanted to check what was it at other specific moments in the past, you could also do that. That goes a little bit over my head. Like I know how to look up specific assets, specific transactions, for some details. But when it comes to the more complicated like API calls that are required, we have people with like computer science degrees who do that stuff, and that is not my field.
Okay, so this question has come up a couple times. I'd like to address it directly. From Wizard West over on YouTube, they asked, question, are ambassadors considered staff, and can ambassadors take place in the placement rewards? Alex?
So ambassadors are not staff unless they are. Like I'm staff, and I'm like the honorary like first ambassador. So Like I kind of count in both fields, but for most intents and purposes, I'm just staff. There are other people who have been ambassadors that have become staff. So if you're staff, you're staff. If you're an ambassador and you're not staff, then you're not staff, I would say.
I think ambassadors are considered more like independent contractors, almost like 1099s. Whereas,
well, I'm a 1099 also. So.
Oh, you're both. Alex is both.
I'm a freelancer contract who works full time.
Okay. So... You are amazing.
Yeah. So it makes things a little complicated, but ambassadors is not a staff role. That's just what I'm getting at. So there are ambassadors who are staff, but if you're just an ambassador, if you do not have a staff contract, if you're not, working in a staff position, then yeah, you're just an ambassador. So it's not. I don't mean to diminish the ambassador role. It's very important, but
I don't think anybody thought you were diminishing anything.
Yeah. Anyway, the whether the ambassadors can participate in the season. So I don't have. I would assume yes, but it would be an assumption. So I would have to, you as ambassadors, you should go check with Amy, or Joe, as your lead ambassador. They can find that info out for you. All right. Any other good questions? I want to play some tower game jams here.
I would love to play some tower game jam games with you. A theme that kind of keeps popping up is regarding KYC. If someone, let's say somebody wins one of the stream passes, like one of the giveaways on a live stream, how can we know if they have been KYC'd? So if they win the Alpha Pass on the live stream, do they have to KYC? I'm assuming they have to KYC to accept that or to take ownership of that, correct?
They would need to, yes. Yeah, there's no passes and no claiming of prizes without KYC.
Okay.
Because what's going to happen, the way it's going to work for claiming your Alpha Passes is the way it worked in season 2, is that you did the claim through the website, right? So what we saw in season 1 is Alpha Passes sometimes were getting like manually airdropped to people, but we don't do that anymore. You claim it through the website. So if you haven't been KYC'd, then you can't claim it. So you are like on the list to claim, but until you KYC, that button's not going to be active for you. We can see armor already minted for Alpha Season 2 pass holders. Did you remember how it was done last season? Did they announce a date of Snapshot and drop in advance, or are they announcing it after Snapshot already happened? I'm not sure on that one.
And it wasn't airdropped to any. The armor, the sword, all that stuff wasn't airdropped to anyone. It was a claim on the claims page.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it was a claim before. As far as the Snapshot process goes, I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one either. I would have to dig back into my notes. Will Alpha pass beyond the ETH network, or will they pass beyond Polygon? That's a great question.
Skyhand110 asks, if I create an asset in VoxEdit and then publish it, and another user creates the exact same asset, which one will be approved? Do you approve by date? So there's a couple different things.
Good question.
In the way of somebody copying your stuff. So one is that we do have a copy protection. So it's very difficult for somebody to upload the exact same asset that you did. They would have to make it different somehow in order for that upload to work correctly. This is something that happens all the time with staff, is that we make something and we're trying to test variations of it, and so we make it different, by changing like
just enough
pivot. Yeah, but not different enough. That's the problem. So we upload it, and then the dashboard goes, "This already exists. You can't upload this." and it's like, ugh, I gotta change it in a different way. So they have to make it different somehow. And then there is a flag system. If you look at assets on the dashboard now.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to just anything on the marketplace. There's a little flag here now. And you can report NFT. It'll tell you like what about it breaks the terms of service, including infringes on my rights.
Oh.
Which would be, I believe this content is not authorized and the IP holder should be alerted. Or like if you see it happening to somebody else, you could report that hey, somebody made Mickey Mouse over here, and they're not. It's not from the Sandbox official staff or like the Disney official account, whatever. That I'm just making that up. That's not a thing right now. So when you hit continue, you can say what the report is about. You can say it's about the whole asset. You would, fill out whatever's wrong with it. Like, hey, this is something that I made. And then make sure you put the link to your thing. Mm-hmm. If it's something that you made. And let us know that it's infringing on your rights. Seems impossible to track all those assets. Well, I mean, it's not... there's going to be a lot of stuff published. It's kind of I'm not sure the best. I'm trying to put this as fairly as possible. Like it's not super likely that somebody's going to be copying your exact assets unless your work's already really popular. So like I'm probably going to need to keep an eye out for people doing knockoff Wizzy stuff, right? That's something I'm going to have to keep an eye out for. So I would, oh no, didn't mean to hit send.
Did you just accidentally submit the report?
No, somebody in the chat went, oh no, I didn't mean to hit send because their message isn't finished. So, yeah, it's not too likely that somebody's going to try to copy your assets, but if they do, there is a resource for it, and we can block these items after they've been minted. And we have direct contact with OpenSea to report infringing content. So if somebody mints something that is infringing on your right, then and it slipped by approvals, then and ended up getting minted, and eventually, the approvals, it's not going to be as much of a manual process. We're going to have to speed this up so that way people can keep making stuff. So eventually, it is possible that somebody's going to mint something that infringes on your rights. So when you see that that's happened, you can report it. That asset will be blocked from the marketplace. I already know that function works because we had to do it for something that accidentally got minted. And so it no longer shows up on the marketplace at all. And on OpenSea, we would report that asset is infringing on rights, and they would block it from getting transferred on their end also. All right.
You just let me know when you're ready for more questions, because I got more.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you scroll through and ask the questions, and I'm gonna get a game loaded up here. This is Tower GJ Random Hero Defense by Knight K, and the 6 heroes fight to protect the kingdom and peace in the Forest of Death. This is by Fact Bros, which is our Italian team in the Creator Fund. I hope that there will be a way to protect end users who bought a flagged asset. Yeah, I mean, it's something that it's complicated to address those sorts of situations, right? Like, I don't really have a good answer for the right way to do that. We've talked about a long time ago, like a year and a half ago, we talked about how this report system could look if we decentralized it. And that might look something like, oh, to file this report, you need to stake some sand to the report. If the report is approved, then not only would the asset get removed from the ecosystem, but the fee associated with minting it would not be returned to the person who minted it originally, but that would go to the person who reported it, possibly as like a bounty. So you get your stake returned, and you get a bounty of whatever minting fee was applied. As we're moving over to Polygon, fees and things like that are changing. The fee to mint is not very high right now, so it's not a huge incentive necessarily. And there's not a lot of the issue that you can run into is somebody could create a scam, right? Where you could create false claims of infringement and make it all up to, like, with multiple accounts and stuff, to make it look as close to a real infringement as possible. And that the people claiming it would... I'm getting knocks on the door. The people claiming the infringement would try to reap the benefits of having bought something and then getting a return on it, which they would get a net zero basically out of that, because they paid to get an NFT that then they didn't get. But if it's all the same person, that person's collecting the sand from the original sales from themselves, and then these other accounts that bought the bad NFT are getting a refund on the sand that they spent. But if it's all the same person, they're just extracting money from the sandbox. You see, does that logic follow? So
it tracks.
It's basically this knock. My daughter's begging me to make dinner while my wife is home and knows that I live stream on Wednesday nights. So I don't know why.
Because obviously your dinner is better.
My wife can cook also. I don't think anybody denies I'm the better, more experienced cook, but she has been getting really good at cooking in the past year or two.
Okay. Okay.
So I am happy to eat the dinner that my wife makes. I forgot what I was saying. Okay, so it's like an insurance scam, right? Where you buy an item, report it stolen, collect the insurance money, and maybe you're the one who pawned it off. Like, you buy an item, you pawn it off to collect the money, and then you report it stolen and you collect that money too. And that's a thing in the real world. So having some sort of fund that would repay people who bought an asset that gets reported as a stolen asset can become an issue. Now, having KYC on all this thing makes it harder to have a fraudulent account without just burning yourself. Because then you do all this work, then you get caught in a fraud situation, and having needing to have the KYC means that it's harder to set up all these fake accounts, all these burner accounts, right?
Yeah. You don't need just a Gmail account that you can spoof through and get 1 million from one account. You actually need
right.
different items. Yeah.
Yeah. So while I know that it stinks to like get a fraudulent item, it stinks more for the original artist who gets their stuff stolen and is,
or the person that gets it stolen from their wallet.
Right. Yeah. Well, and that's like even a totally different.
Yeah, you're talking about fraudulent items. Never mind. I was on a different path. There you
go. But yeah, the more trades that happen on that fraudulent item, the more people in the path are just like interacting with this real cruddy thing. So, one of the things that I've considered in the past, and I'm not the only person who makes, I'm not in charge of these decisions, but it's something where, I'm connected to the community, I'm connected to the artists, so I can try to say like, these are some ideas that we have. And hopefully we're able to develop them in a way that works for everybody. For all the good guys, that is. Is that if you were to have a sorry, I know sometimes people start getting like nauseous watching this spinning. I'm just gonna stop that. I don't know if the game's gonna start. It doesn't bother me at all, but I know some people have complained in the past, so I just decided to stop that. So the idea was that in this whole this decentralized report system, you could have like a decentralized like pre-approval system where you'd want to make sure you have KYC for people who can mint and list for sale, which that locks some people out of the system, but in overall you'll get that having the KYC in there immediately knocks out a whole lot of scammers. The people who are like, okay, that's too much effort. It's a barrier to entry for them. Then if you were to have a pre-approval, it would mean that you couldn't in one day make your account, upload your artwork, mint it, and sell it. Right now that's the case. If somebody contacted me about wanting to be an artist and I saw their stuff, I could like give them access to everything and they could just start minting and selling right now. That's not something that I do, so don't not typically. So don't start trying to message me trying to like get sales on the marketplace, because that's not the way it's set up right now. But I'm just saying like that's the kind of access that I could grant right now with admin privileges. But what you would, in order to protect creators, what you'd want to do is have a vetting system where you can create an account, you can start uploading, you can start publishing, but your item has to be on the market for 5 days before you can mint it. And then it needs to be minted for several days after that before you can sell it. And then you would have a community of people with stakes in the platform who are the decentralized moderation team, who are incentivized by minting fees, getting a bounty from the paid for by the minting fees, where all they do is just sit around waiting for new items to be published and new items to be minted. And so they're staked into the program, they're invested, and they earn a bonus on their staking rewards by vetting these items, by looking at it and going, okay, this is a snowman. Let's look at other snowmans on the marketplace. I see that there are no snowmen that match this particular snowman. So go ahead and mint it. And then a similar process when items get listed for sale. So that is a system that could work, I think. It's a lot of development, but it would be needed. It's going to be a big inconvenience to the artists at the reassurance that there are multiple people's eyeballs looking at it to say, oh, you didn't copy something. And like for each individual artist, it's like, oh, I know I didn't copy this. I made this. It's annoying. But it's the overall protection for the community knowing that, yeah, you minted that. But now they're also performing that same check on other things, and they know that nobody else is copying you. Triple digit viewers. We usually get triple digit viewers. We across all platforms, we usually get triple digit viewers.
Oh yeah.
During alpha seasons, we've gotten 4 digits before. That's a thing. That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it's like I said, this is something that there's no right answer necessarily, and it's a real inconvenience to artists at the sake of security for the platform in general, which I think it would be worth the inconvenience in general for everybody's assurances, but there's probably a lot of people who are like, it's not going to work that well. They might see holes in that idea. So it's something that's in the works. We're not open for general minting and selling yet anyway. And it is something that our dashboard director and I have met on many occasions before to talk about this idea. That's why we have the flag now. Because of my meetings with him, he made the flag, and I'm actually the person who gets the emails on those flags, which is really funny when somebody flagged Azrael the cat for I think pornographic content.
Accidentally?
I don't know if it was accidental or not, but they flagged it, and so I got the email saying this asset was flagged for pornographic content, and it's Azrael the cat from Smurfs uploaded by the official Sandbox account. I made that, and I'm the one who gets the email for the report on it. I'm looking at like,
Alex, you perv. Pornographic content with cats. How dare you?
Somebody just murdered my daughter in the hallway, I think, based on that stream.
Oh no.
That was that actually kind of scared me a little bit.
You want to go check on something? I can answer questions if you want to.
It sounded like there was a smile at the end of it. So I think it was more like somebody like surprised her.
Oh, there was a smile.
At least she'll
at
stop
the end,
knocking on my door.
I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Oh, Ice Pilot says I got a jerry can full of water, and I absolutely do. And it's green, so you can't see it, which is wonderful. It just blends right in with the green screen.
All right, so
it's a Predator water can right there.
Let's meet with the Knight K.
I'm excited to see you play.
We got. Looks like this is this is what we're defending, the castle gate here. And it looks like we can plop our defenses down on these little glowing spots. And we've got probably where all the monsters come from. Or bad guys. I don't know if it's monsters. I'm assuming it's monsters.
It's actually accountants. Yeah, surprisingly. Accountants and lawyers. They're all coming to knock your door down. AYZ says, at least you'll stop knocking on my door. That was comically grim, Alex. Well done.
I come from a long line of people who joke through their pain.
It's very healthy.
Sometimes.
Somehow. Yeah. Well, I like seeing the top of the castle rafters like that for a second. That was cool.
Yeah. We can kind of see there's a doorway back here too. There's not a lot that we can do. Oh, we can see inside. This is not much. It's not really the highlight here. All right, let's talk to Knight K. The enemy is coming. Set heroes through the E key near the gray scaffold. Random heroes will come out to help us. Get ready. Okay. All right.
You got it, dude.
Just any? Set a hero. We're gonna set a hero there. I like setting stuff that can hit multiple spots.
You have some sort of a limitation on...
You can set 3 random heroes before each enemy wave.
Okay.
So my typical goal... Oop, okay. It kills me. Wait, where am I? Am I invisible? I am.
Did you break it? Did you break it?
I think I'm underground. I'm just here to observe what I've set up. Okay, so we're doing some damage here. And
Are you able to hit them?
I'm underground.
I know, but maybe you're a mole person.
Okay, this guy's. Ooh, this mage here is doing a ton of
He's
splash damage around. That was a
he's
really good
murking
placement for
fools.
him.
Yeah,
Or
well done.
her. I think it's a woman. Yeah, there's a
Them.
lot of damage coming from her. We've got. Did I see that dragon shoot something out there? I don't think so.
Hopefully. Yeah, you did.
And then
I
we've
think-
got this. Here, come on, get him. Oh, we got a few behind. I should have put her on this little peninsula here.
I'm digging the.
Oh, they're still taking some damage though. Oh, this person here, I think, is attacking them.
I'm digging the speed with which they're going at.
Yeah, it's not. That can be a problem. Hey, we won. Or yeah, we won the first wave. All right, I need to fill up these end spots here. So yeah, there's towers that I didn't set up. Yeah, see these arrows flying here? I think that's come from these ballistas. Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's pretty cool looking.
It is.
All right, we're gonna set it here.
Do you know
and
where they're going
here.
to start coming out of? Do they always come out of the same spot?
Yeah, I think they always. That's typical for waves in tower defense, right? They usually come out of one starting position.
Hmm.
Let's see. Where's another good one? We need a last line of defense here. We're gonna put one here. No, here, because they can do damage on more sides. All right. So now it sets us underground again, so we can watch the process. Oh, look at these little chonkers. They've got giant demon skeleton heads with horns, but they've got little demon skeleton bodies.
Yeah, they're a little homunculus.
Yeah,
Little demon homunculus.
they're pretty adorable.
Yeah.
The motion of these guys is really smooth. I haven't had a chance to really check out the process for setting up a tower defense like this. I know that there was that pathing tutorial that we shared, but I haven't had the process to try it. I haven't had the chance to try the process out myself. And they're just impressive how smoothly they're moving around this track. I dig it. It seems very well organized. Get him, yeah. All right. We're wrecking it. Let's do some more early damage. We're gonna set some up here, and that way they can hit on both sides. Fire Dragon Hatchling. Will there be an AMA? We do AMAs pretty regularly. I don't know when the next one will be. It wouldn't surprise me if there's one before the season starts, but oftentimes those are run by Seb, who's the COO of the company, and he knows all the things that I don't know. Which is
He knows
which is a lot of
pretty
things.
much all.
How is the player becoming invisible? I believe I'm underground, because I feel like it's a little more zoomed in than when I'm setting stuff up.
Oh, that's
So
a
what
good point. It really is.
What they're doing is they're setting a respawn point underground. They set a respawn point here at the start, but it's underground, and they kill me, so I respawn in this area. And because this is a fixed camera, see, I can only rotate. I can't change the angle up and down. Because the way it's set up like that, the camera doesn't zoom in at all.
It's a really good
a fixed
idea.
length, so it'll stay out here even if I'm behind the ground.
Yeah. So there's probably just a platform, a level underneath the top level that we can't see right now, and It's just wide open. There's nothing obstructing your ability to run around or move in there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think
fun.
now's the time to start loading up the first area here, because I don't want to load up the end of the track too much.
What is that?
I don't want to load up the end of the path with heroes too much, because
I know.
because then they won't do any good.
Yeah.
If the enemies die, way over here, then what good was it putting somebody over there? But then if they're too close to the end, there's a chance they could slip by. So Knight says stop. What?
Leonardo over on YouTube's asking a question. They said, is the music of this game available in another place? I remember it was in Alderaan Garrison and I loved it.
Yeah, you can so these are all in the ambience for the Game Maker. So all the songs that we're using, you can pull those up in the Game Maker. You might not be able to with IP stuff like Deadmau5 and Snoop Dogg and stuff. Those might not be accessible to you because we'll use like a special dev build of the Game Maker to add the music. So yeah, they're around, but
let me ask, the towers that you're placing, the heroes that you're placing down, do you have any control over what you're putting down, or is it all completely randomized?
It says that it's random, so you get a little surprise about who these heroes are and what they do.
Okay. Oh, you got another wizard.
Yep.
Mage. Ah.
Oh, what was that?
Was
we're
what?
Fighting the Demon Lord.
Wow.
Oh, she's very kawaii. She's a very kawaii Demon Lord. This is like a samurai. They got some crazy hair going on.
That's cool.
They got a big ponytail.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Is it a new trend? I'm not sure what you mean. This is for the Game Jam. So
it's a new theme that was put out there.
The theme of the Game Jam is tower defense. So we've done other themed game jams. We've done casual gaming, classic arcades. She's not gonna make it. She's not gonna make it.
Nobody says they weren't. I like the idea, and this is well made and even looks good. So it's not any objection against this game.
Oh,
and
she can
we
heal.
didn't think it was an objection. You took it as a question the question that you placed forward. So I don't feel like we thought you were being judgy or anything. This is a new theme that was presented by the Sandbox.
Oh,
she got her. Oh, she's healing.
She can heal herself.
What?
Oh, she can heal herself a lot. Oh, no, we should have added somebody else at the end. No, she's gonna... Oh. She heals herself so much. She gonna... No!
And game over.
There was nothing I could do. So something I would like to see in this is something I've seen in tower defense games before. Specifically like I can't remember what the game was called now. I got it on Steam like 12 years ago. But it was a first-person shooter tower defense game. I think it was first person. It might have been third person. Where you would start with an overview, you'd set up your towers, and then when the wave would start, you would be an active participant in the wave. And that's what we saw. Somebody made a tower defense game for, I think it was the Alpha Game Jam. And you could
Sanctum?
Yes, actually, it was Sanctum is the game I was thinking of. But the Game Jam game, I don't remember what that one was called, but you were supposed to run around to different parts and activate the traps.
Mm.
Orcs Must Die, I think, is a similar one. Yeah.
I just thought Iritos really didn't like orcs, so thank you for clarifying.
And not balloons, because balloons is not a first or third person game. I guess it's technically third person, but I would consider balloons and a lot of other tower defense games to really be second person games, which is not something we usually talk about in games. But when talking about English grammar, first person you are the character. Third person, you observe all of the characters.
You observe the character. All the characters.
Yeah, gotcha. Third person perspective in a game and third person perspective in writing is really not the same thing. But second person perspective is what we usually refer to for technical writing, like instruction manuals. Like you will go, you will go tighten the nut on the sink. You will, build the bookshelf, whatever. So, in a way, tower defense, I feel, and especially one like this, is like a second person game, right? Because you're placing things, but then you're not an active participant in the fight.
See what you're saying?
So Sanctum was you set up the instructions, but then you are an active participant in the fight. So
you both.
So yeah. So you may be the most underpowered character. Your towers are doing more damage than you, but your ability to run and go help when you see, like, oh no, that section is not doing what I needed to do. I need to go help there. Then you can, as a character, run and do that. Having the way these mechanics work, the way the character's path on this might not be compatible with having the player run around and do damage. So that might not be possible, because I don't know exactly how they set this up. But it would be cool to be able to become an active participant in the fight. All right, I'm gonna do this one again because this is actually fun, and I'm going to add some more people to the end because I did not realize how tanky that one was going to be. Okay, we're going to start with the peninsulas here.
I was about to say the peninsulas seemed like a good idea. They seem like they got a lot going for them. I haven't played a lot of tower defense games, but that is typically my strategy. Is you will get the most seconds of contact with the enemies when they have to cover 8 out of 9 positions around you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Wait, did you already get the big time hero?
The samurai? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we could actually look at what they're called. So
I thought that was like the Yoda of the game, if you will. Like that was your secret weapon, your sledgehammer.
Oh, I don't know. They're randomly assigned, so I don't know.
I thought they were all randomly assigned except for that one, because it was the only time we saw the samurai pop up, and it was when the big boss lady came out.
It's called a defense samurai. I don't see the wizard though. Defense knight. Oh, defense wizard. There we go. So these hatchlings. Ooh, that one's gonna be. Well, we might not make it so well this time.
You got that wizard that just murk fools for you.
Yeah, that wizard in the first round did a lot.
Look at that guy just fixing that fence, not doing anything. Lazy jerk.
Well, what's the what was that big battle in Game of Thrones called?
Battle of Helm's Deep?
That's Lord of the Rings.
I know.
All right, I don't think we're gonna win this one based on the first round here, but we'll keep trying.
I think you got this. Slow start, but you're
Oh,
good.
there's a wizard. We needed that.
Oh.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do the opposite of what I said last time. I'm gonna put somebody at the back here. We're gonna do the corner though. Oh, we got another samurai.
A question for you, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
From Game Dizzy over on Twitch. Question: will stream schedules continue as it is for season 3? Do you anticipate the number of streams increasing or times being changed at all?
So there are some changes. The schedule for me is not going to change that much.
Okay.
We are planning some long streams, like we did last season. I am not so as much as I enjoy streaming, and I would do it every day, I can't get other things done when I stream.
This is all encompassing.
Yeah, there's if I was to stream every day, that would become the only thing that I did. And I'm involved in too many other things to make that kind of commitment. So the streaming almost every day for season 1 wrecked me.
Yeah, that
was it was I enjoy streaming. I have fun while I'm streaming, but it became very exhausting to do it every day. And trying to get actual work done in the, like, making stuff in the process. So I don't think I'm going to do that ever again. So my streaming schedule isn't really going to change for season 3, except that I'll participate in some of the other longer streams. I know Panda is going to be doing more VoxEdit streams. Hey, this one doesn't have a... You can't put anybody here. I guess because they've already got one here. Other than that, like, Panda's gonna be mad at me for not remembering all the details. I'm bad at remembering I'm bad at remembering my own schedule. And I am almost incapable of remembering other people's schedule. So if Panda told me when other people's times are, I'm sorry, I don't remember what she told me. But there will be announcements for any changes that happen. So
how about this? I will ask Panda in our chat right now. And
there
she's probably asleep because, middle of the night and whatnot.
Don't tell her I forgot.
I will not. I was about to say, hey, Alex forgot your stream schedule.
Ooh, we got another wizard. Okay, we've actually got a good number of wizards. What's the cat girl? Is she like a barbarian, maybe? Defense animal. Are they not moving? Oh no, we broke it.
How dare you?
They're all just stuck there. Oh, there they go. They're all clumped up.
Wow. It's like a little line of ducks.
Yeah, except they're
in the middle of the road instead of.
It's more like a duck centipede.
Yeah.
Will migrating of assets over to Polygon happen after Alpha Season 3? I think so. I don't think we're going to try migrating them during the season, because that is a recipe for danger. Because specifically, having the assets on Polygon is going to require changes to the game maker and the game client to read that information from Polygon. So by making that change during the season, we'd have to release new versions. And I don't think we're going to try to make that change in the middle of all this content. So
that seems like it might be asking for trouble.
Yeah. they're just hanging out, getting zapped there.
I mean,
So I don't know.
Who are you to tell them how to live their life?
I mean, well, I'm killing them. So, oh, you can actually see the demon moving along here. So I think we can see a little bit of the mechanic. They're attached to a moving platform. And
oh wow, look at that.
there's she disappeared. I think.
She didn't like the fact you were watching her.
Well, now I'm confused because. Oh, there we go. Okay. I think something got messed up with the mechanics underneath. The process like slowed down or something. So I think we set 3 more, and now then it's time for danger. Definitely need to set some people at the end.
So, a couple questions I want to touch on. One, Play Games for Fun over on YouTube asks, is the referral program now off? And I was looking at the Sandbox's website, and I'm not seeing it right now. That doesn't mean it's off, but the website is currently undergoing some changes. So if you're trying to get into a certain feature that you know is generally there, and for some reason it's not, I wouldn't open a report or file a ticket for that just yet. It more than likely just has to do with the website updates that are currently going into place. So just give it a little bit of time and it should be good to go.
So yeah, the referral program is from. There's usually a link on your profile.
Mm-hmm.
And we did recently make changes to the profile, and I don't see the referral link there either.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm just checking other settings here. Oh wait, there is a referral tab. There's a whole tab for referral now. It's just, it moved. So you go to your icon up here.
Mm-hmm.
And you click the referral button. And there it is. If you
wait. Oh. I don't think my profile has that one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not on mine right now. So it's gone for
okay.
the moment, but since Alex has admins, it probably...
Yeah, that's weird that this page isn't active, so I'm going to let... I have my Thursday meeting with the dashboard director. I'll let them know that that's not running right now.
Perfect.
Or not working for regular users. Probably a permission got changed or something like didn't get activated. Or they could be actively making changes on that page to update it.
Take it down to update it. Yeah, exactly.
All right, where do we want to put some people here? I feel like this is a good spot to do a lot of damage. And this is like our last ditch spot here. Whoa! Oh no, come back! Where are you going? No!
Oh wow.
The boss just flew away. It was like, forget this.
So I'm done with this. I don't want to murder anyone. I don't want
You
to
can't win if I can't lose.
Oh, she just took off.
This is likely a bug because I restarted the game instead of reloading the game.
Mm.
Oh well.
Does that mean you get an auto win, or are you just stuck down there for now?
I'm now stuck in the basement forever.
You get in the basement, Alex.
I mean,
where you belong.
unless she comes back around. I don't think she's going to, though, based on...
What if she's flanking you? She pops up right behind the castle, and she's like, I win.
She just flanked into the 4th dimension for a little bit. She'll be back.
Yep.
When you least expect her. Well then. Like, there's nothing I can do to change the camera to see where she is. Or tell if she's coming back around.
She gone.
Parent must have broken. Yeah, I think so. Alright, we're gonna give this one more shot, but I'm gonna totally reload it back from the menu. Why is it that restarting instead of reloading causes so many problems? Do mechanics remain in memory? So yeah, to some degree, and this ties into why we haven't added saving and loading of games yet either. Save mechanics are very complicated, and the way things like reset into position, you really have to kind of clear everything. So there's got to be something in memory there that didn't reset correctly, that didn't go back to its initial state. I'm not going to pretend to know like all the ins and outs of specifically where that goes wrong, because I've never programmed a save engine before, but basically that's what's happening. Something's sticking around in memory that shouldn't. Is there any way to manually do that? So there's something that I've seen. I mean, you'd have to see like which things don't reset correctly, and you would have to figure out what specifically is causing that bug, and then figure out a way to like avoid it or circumvent that, or to even fix it. So the difficulty on the game creator side is like when you can't dictate what happens when a player hits the reset button. That's built into the engine. So yeah, it's not something that's really easy to fix on the creator side. It's something that we're working on the development side to make the engine more stable.
So our friends over on YouTube asked, what's the easiest way to do this kind of pathing for a tower defense game? Now, I know there's probably not one singular answer to this kind of a question. I know it's pretty involved, but do you maybe want to take a quick stab at that one?
Well, the BitFox on YouTube sort of answered already. Our Twitch comments are back in the... They fixed themselves. At the beginning of the stream, Twitch comments weren't showing up in our chat log for some reason, and now they are. Yay. We've been having some technical... We've had some technical issues with Restream lately, connecting to Twitch and other streaming platforms correctly. But yeah, so like the BitFox mentioned, CyberDragon did 2 videos.
Perfect.
Let's see if we can find those real quick.
I was gonna say I'll look for those if you want to play the game.
Yeah. They are on CyberDragons. I think they're called pathing. I think this is in the title of the videos. So if you look at CyberDragon's YouTube channel and look for pathing, that should be.
Got it.
Oh, I need to talk to the knight first. I forgot.
Ooh. Pause that. Share this. All right, everyone.
Yeah, we got a wizard. Yeah.
This is the link to CyberDragon's tutorial, NPC pathing / tower defense mechanics for Sandbox Game Maker version 0.6.14. That's the title. It's a hefty title.
Oh, we got 2 wizards on peninsulas. That's good for us.
That is super good.
I don't know if the wizards are the strongest character, but I want to believe that they are.
I mean, you're a wizard yourself, so once again,
yeah,
you're just putting Alex. You know, you deny it, but every single time something like this happens, you're just making me a little more convinced.
Yeah, Twitch did seem quiet, so that's why we had Conrad in the Twitch chat.
We've had the Twitch comments coming in for about 40 minutes now.
So what, half the stream?
Yeah, but there was a good chunk at the very beginning where we didn't have any.
Yeah, Restream said Twitch was connected. We were streaming to Twitch, and just the comments weren't showing up for us. It was weird.
So somebody over on YouTube.
Oh, that's what the knight can do. So the knight shouts stop, and the enemies like listen for a second. They're like, whoa.
If it wasn't randomized, that could be really helpful.
Yeah. So what would be nice is to see when we select a spot to get a selection instead of
Yeah.
do you want to place yes or no. So like have the first one be like which one do you want to place? Give us 4 options. And then it'll ask, are you sure? And then yes or no. And then it'll place that
Also,
one.
Placing other, I know you try to spread things out, but placing other towers around the knight so that when they're stopped, you can fully utilize him.
That's a good idea for something that I'm gonna do now. Like
Now that we know.
definitely putting somebody there next to him. Let's see where I want to put one.
So somebody over on YouTube asks, is it possible to become a beta tester? And to that, I would answer, we're all kind of beta testers for the Sandbox. But Alex, do you have a more formal answer to that question?
Yeah, so we don't really have a beta testing platform set up at the moment. Uh-oh. Is it gonna break again? These guys are all bunched up.
Maybe there's just a knight screaming stop over and over again. Or maybe, what are they doing?
They're just hanging out. There you go. Now they're moving.
Okay.
I don't. They're
I
getting
don't know.
damage from somewhere though.
They're demons. I don't trust them.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to. Oh, they're getting hit all the way over here by this wizard.
Oh wow.
That's some range.
Yeah. Who knew?
You get him, girl. The Alex effect.
Dude, you're like the Bermuda Triangle for video games. They just get lost, fall
Apparently.
apart, disappear, and when they're around you.
Now, this knight shouting stop over here, I wonder if that stops them all the way over here. I don't know if it does or not. That was a thing. All right, I'm gonna put one here. So when he says stop, we've got a couple there. These are samurai. And let's see. I don't think we have another knight. I'll put one over here.
Yeah, Alex, how would you feel about possibly dropping a giveaway link?
I would say that sounds like a thing we do. Let's go.
Definitely sounds like a thing we do.
Yeah, so about beta testing. Really it's an open alpha. So we can't do beta testing until we're in beta. So if you want to be an alpha tester, then join everybody else in playing Alpha Season 3. As far as testing ahead of time, so that's kind of the company that I made. That's one of the things that we do. You are certainly welcome to do testing. I am sure there are plenty of creators looking for people to play their games. As far as doing it as like a paid position, it depends on if the person... It becomes more complicated to make it like a job, because you really want like kind of a company structure around that, because you need like NDAs and all this stuff.
There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah. So we don't have like an internal team for external beta testers. We don't have a platform for that right now. The company that Joe and I are making is for testing, but we're not just play testers. We are platform experts who can not just say, oh, hey, this didn't work, but we can also like tell you why it didn't work and how you can make it better. And we focus on all aspects, not just gameplay, but narrative, art, level design, writing. So like we give feedback on all aspects of the games
everything
that
makes
testing.
the game good.
Right. So there is there's a possibility, and we're not set up for this yet. We're not big enough for this yet. It is possible that at some point in the future we may set up a beta testing swarm, like a horde of beta testers to say, hey, this game needs 100 hours of play testing. Let's get 10 people each to play 10 hours on this game.
I mean, that's pretty smart.
That's something that we could do in the future, when we have the resources to do that. Right now we're totally swamped, busy with the work that we already have, that getting more people and training and getting all that set up is not practical. Plus we're so close to the start of the season, there's already a lot of people, because basically everybody in the company can participate in the playtest. We've got about 250 staff people, so there's already a lot of people playing for the alpha content, so it's more valuable. This kind of testing is more valuable for the wider community. So if you wanted to get really involved as a playtester and want to do something kind of like what I'm doing, then what you want to do is make yourself an expert in the game maker, how the games function, and so when somebody encounters a problem, you kind of already can see where it's coming from, especially if you have access to the game itself, to look at how it's set up.
Yeah, actual file.
Yeah, because there's only so much that you can tell from playing it. There's a lot of things that I can see. I can see when an item spawns or it dies. I can see when it's attached to other things. I can see certain kinds of motion and be like, oh, that's set up because of this. But there's a lot of stuff that can be going on under the hood that I can't see. So when you're testing, it's and you're trying to give a real informed opinion, it's best to be able to see all aspects of the game. Why is it working the way it's working? And that's going to be more valuable for people to pay you to do it than just being like, hey, I can play your game and let you know if it's good or not. Because
there's a lot of layers to it.
Yeah, because really with the gallery, they can get that for free, right? They can say, hey, people on Discord, there's, thousands of you. Come try out my game. Let me know what you think. And they can get that kind of feedback. So if you want to make it like a paid position, then you really need to position yourself in a sense of expertise. To have a swarm of testers to just do play testing and to find out every single collision issue that could possibly happen on the map and get a wide variety of opinions at different skill levels of play, because we've got people who play at different skill levels. Julia's on my team of playtesters, and she is not at all good at the parkour stuff, which is fine. That's good for us to get that kind of feedback, to go hey, this game is too hard for some people, and that's going to be true. Not every game is for every person. So when you do a play test, you kind of want to have a wide group. You don't want to have just a single person testing. You want to get a variety of feedback from different skill levels, from different perspectives, to get the most informed opinions. So if you wanted something like that, it's easier when it's set up as a company, as a group, to say, hey, we've got what I call the horde of testers.
I love that
to
phrase.
Really. Yeah, I kind of like the phrasing there. To really put your game through the ringer, and then they would have to pay for however many hours of testing for so many people. And so you get 50 people to play the game for 2 hours each, and maybe your game's only 15 minutes long, so people are able to get through it 4 times, or 8 times in 2 hours. Then you get 50 people playing your game 8 times each. That's going to be a lot of data, where you can say, hey, everybody kept on getting stuck on quest number 2 and it took them extra long. Things like that. That's really valuable feedback. So that's something that Joe and I might do in the future. We might hire for testers in that capacity, but we're not there yet as a company. So we will we'll see what happens.
Good question from somebody in the chat here, from Geldar Gray over on Twitch TV. I bought an alpha pass for season 2 after last season, since I didn't win one. Do I still count as a holder for purposes of future rewards even though I'm not the original owner? The answer to that question is yes. As long as you have it in your wallet, whether you got it from a secondary sale or you won it, you're still considered to be the owner. And then secondly, is there more information on the release of future Alpha armor pieces? Is that only tied to Alpha Pass 1 holders? I know there are going to be claims. I don't know what Alpha Pass they're for, though. So, Alex, do you have any more information on that? Like, what Alpha Pass they need to have to claim that? Is it all of them? Is it 1? Is it 2?
I'm pretty sure there's different levels of reward associated with having the different passes. So like having both 1 and 2 would be a benefit. I don't think having multiples of the same pass would...
Sorry, when I said 1 or 2, I meant like Alpha Pass 1 for Season 1 or Alpha Pass for Season 2.
Yeah, that was the first part of my answer. So I think having both 1 and 2 is going to benefit, but having multiples of each of those, I don't think is going to create additional benefit.
That seems to be the case,
yeah.
The way that Joe's been describing it is just it's a balancing of the ecosystem. So just because you have, 5 Snoop avatars in your wallet doesn't mean you're going to get 5 times the rewards, because that would just devalue the coin in certain ways by just making the distribution that would be required to send out for that just that much more massive.
No, she's flying away again.
Oh, man.
All right, I don't think we're going to be able to beat this one today. It was working the first time, so maybe I have to restart the whole game maker or something. That's kind of annoying, but not necessarily the fault of the creator. I mean, that's one of the biggest things. So we could talk a little bit about 0.7 real quick. So the changes that you're going to see coming to 0.7 are mostly stability and improvements in that. So I know there are new features that we're greatly anticipating. They're not, some of them are in 0.7.0, but not all of them. Some of them are coming later in 0.7. I know there's 0.7.5 that's already being worked on. I'm not sure if there's anything in between 0.70 and 0.75. Some of those things, those versions get kind of like worked on in the background, and I'm usually working in the current version of like whatever is live is usually where I reside, or the soonest arriving update, as in I've been working both in 0.6.24 and 0.7.0. So things like new lighting, swimming, crawling, video frames, things like that. Those are planned for 0.7, but not 0.
What about lighting?
That was the first one I said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading something somebody wrote, so I missed that part.
Yeah, that was answering Paul's question. So yeah, lighting, crawling, swimming are coming to 0.7, but not 0.7.0. So they are in the current, wider version family, but are not in the update that's coming in about a week. So what we will see in 0.7.0 is definitely we're going to have new moving mechanics. Like, wait, did we beat her?
That wizard's got range.
I think we beat her.
Boom. Just that good.
Well done, but this is just the beginning. It's going to be hard, but let's get through it. I hope to see you again next time.
I want to know how she died.
We won! She flew too far. She got too close to the sun and her wings melted.
I was just about to say that.
Woo!
Wow, man. You're so good you broke the game into winning. I've never seen that.
There we go. Yeah. She tried to run away. We got her anyway.
You punches her down.
So changes that are coming in 0.7.0. We now have walking which we've got a dedicated key to toggle between walking, running, and sprinting. So great for speed running. You can have sprint on permanently. You don't have to hold shift anymore.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Which can also cause problems because you're going to be moving faster on sections where you might want to take it slower. So then you have to toggle through to the, you have to keep hitting the same key to go through those cycle through those speeds. So that's going to affect how people want to manage their speed if they don't want to hold shift all the time. Or accidentally double tap shift and when they mean to like run just a little bit, but then they end up doing a roll, which I do all the time. The movement around the edges of blocks is changing a little bit. So we have auto stepping. So that we already can walk up at the edge of a block, a terrain block, but that has now been made to work with assets as well. So if assets are smaller than a block size, you can step up on those also. So that's going to change things for navigation. That also has a big impact on slopes. So the way we can navigate on slopes and how steep they are, that's changed. So we can't power slide up a slight incline anymore, which makes Joe and me very sad. It breaks our heart. It was the most fun thing to do for us. But it also makes your games harder to break. So yay for you.
Question.
Yes.
From Uncle Grumpy over on Twitch. Is remapping keys something that may come in the future?
Yes. Yeah, it's in our plan. I don't think we have it in 0.7.0, but it is planned.
That's exciting.
When will we be able to generate glass voxels instead of a whole block? There's no immediate plan for that right now. Glass is a complicated thing, so people who have been working like Magic Voxel, like me, really enjoy what you can do with a glass in those situations. But the kind of game engine that the Sandbox does not support that kind of like transparency and modeling in an optimized fashion. So what you would see happening is like if you had glass on a windowsill or like in a window frame, if you were to stand at the right angle looking through the glass, you would then be able to see into the inside of the window frame because it would all be one mesh. So then you have to de-optimize the asset to add extra geometry to cover up the edges of the glass. And it becomes a whole messy other thing. So is it possible? Sure, it is possible. I think it wouldn't necessarily be complicated to enable a glass material, but it does create other issues. And so right now we don't have those issues, but it could. It's like it's opening a can of worms that could be caviar, but it could also be worms, and it's kind of a mixture of both. And then you kind of have to pick the worms out of your caviar. So,
Not sure how I feel about that.
It's like on the surface, it just sounds like, yes, this is nice, we want this thing, but it creates other issues too. So, and those issues aren't necessarily just like a visual thing, they're also an optimization thing. So it would actively make things run poorer to have that. Was the ultra-wide question answered?
I don't know what the ultra-wide question was.
Well, I think ultra-wide is not currently supported in 0.7.0. I don't know. I don't know if it's getting supported. Because I don't have an ultra-wide monitor, I don't think it would even give me the options if I was to look for them. So, yeah, I know there are staff people who have ultra-wide monitors, and they would like to see those resolutions supported. I think it's going to require some extra changes to the way the interface scales. The issue is not to support ultra-wide. To be able to set smaller window sizes. Oh. I'm not sure. So something that is not in this version, but everybody will have access to. So see how I pressed O and it brought up this menu? In 0.7.0, you're going to have an option here to report a bug or make a suggestion, which is the same as what we had on our website too. So if you go to the play tab on the website, there's a report issue there, but you could also do it in the Game Maker from the report a bug button, and you just put like your name, your email, and what you would like to see changed, and that all gets tracked. I think we're using like Zendesk or something like that, so we can compile all that, and as people demand certain features, we can try to get those addressed. So other features coming to 0.7.0 that I can talk about. Physics is improved. I think I mentioned that on Twitter. I didn't mention that on Twitter. I mentioned the lunge, the auto homing lunge that made me constantly fall into the lava when fighting the goblins in Dungeon of Dummies. That is nerfed, so you no longer, when you keep if you're holding forwards and you keep hitting attack, you actually just kind of stand in place and just keep attacking. So
That's
that does
wonderful.
not
Wonderful
throw you into the abyss anymore. It made for some funny moments, but also some frustration.
Yes.
The physics on gravity items is, I don't know if it's the same across the board or if it's maybe impacted by their collision box size or something. I haven't had a chance to play with it, but gravity items are heavy now. So
you can't yeet them 92 miles by just tapping them?
Yeah, so that's going to affect...
That's unfortunate.
Trebuchets and things like that. Well, there may be settings involved with this that might be changeable. I don't know. But I know that specifically I was testing Dungeon of Dummies and I ran into some of the boxes that are scattered around and they kind of slowed me down instead of just getting kicked across the other side of the map. And I was like, oh,
that's a thing.
And then I picked up the key and I tried throwing it and it just kind of fell to the floor. And I was like, oh, it's heavy. It's a big, heavy metal key. So
I like that.
Yeah. So there's the physics are a little more reasonable now. It's like we're making things more like realistic, not necessarily realistic, but a little more grounded, and taking away all the fun in the process. It's still fun. We're still gonna figure out funny ways to do things. It's just some of the like really unique hacks that we've come up with, they will unfortunately break in 0.7, but we are adding on more cool features to do things in a more sensible way. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this one yet.
Okay.
It's a week. What are they gonna do to me? It's 1 week. Presets are coming back in 0.7.0.
Oh.
So I know a few people are probably screaming at their screens right now. Yeah, that's
beans
the big
indeed.
That's the big beans. So presets are apparently working. I have not tested it out for myself. Cody Zine sent me a screenshot of him being able to set a preset, being able to like assemble a hierarchy and then name it as a preset. So, and that's
wonderful.
The preset spawning option was always there. Just the ability to create presets was gone. So, it looks like that's just been re-implemented. So, is the Sandbox open to creating casinos? So we did address that a while back. Seb said that at this time, we can't support casinos. It may come in the future. There are certain regulatory things that have to get addressed first because casinos are very intertwined with legal entities and laws that the Sandbox cannot just simply ignore. So things like gambling is illegal for minors in the United States, which is one of our biggest markets. I think it's our biggest market for the Sandbox. And there's other issues with gambling and tax reporting, things like that, that just make it all very complicated. So gambling, like you could make a casino space like Sonic the Hedgehog games have casino levels, right? Where you're
But
running
there's no
around as
gambling.
Sonic and you go
Yeah.
around like a roulette wheel, and like you land in a thing and slots go flying and stuff like that. So yeah, you could totally make a casino themed space. I think that's actually the case in season 3 for Avenged Sevenfold. There's some casino stuff, but you can't make an actual gambling platform in the sandbox, not yet. So we'll see how that progresses. Shooter elements of multiplayer, not in 0.7.
Not yet.
Definitely not in 0.7.0. I don't think in 0.7 in general. We need a whole new first-person system to make that look good. So 0.8, I think so, but I don't know for sure.
Could happen. Could not. Who knows?
Yeah, a lot of stuff's gonna happen.
Alex, not Jesus. He can't predict the future.
So the question on lighting, the way it's going to work is, as far as I know, the way it's going to work is components. You can set up an asset with a lighting component, and you could say, hey, this is going to be a spotlight or a
Okay.
a
Very
local light. But yeah, it's local lighting. So you can set up different illuminated sections, and it will, project light in your game. But I don't have a lot more details beyond that. It's still a development, but from the screenshots I'm seeing, it looks really cool. All right. I want to get rid of the fog. So along with the lighting update, there may be more ambient features, and you might be able to adjust the fog some. I'm not sure how soon we'll see that. It's not going to replace global lighting entirely, but global lighting will probably have some more options. I know there's other things like with like the sky and stuff that might be changing, but I don't have a lot of beans there. I know some things that are getting worked on. All right, so it's about time to put my kids to bed, actually. So I think I'm going to head out here. Any last questions you spot?
Well, I
we should
would
get
like to
to?
finish this form up real quick here.
Oh, that's right. We haven't announced our winner yet.
We have not.
Okay.
Just give me a couple seconds. I've already closed it out, and I am currently deduping.
We're stopping the stream now. No winner today.
No winner for you. Oh yeah.
Visual scripting, I think we're looking at 0.8 for that, but I'm not sure if it's 0.8 or another one. I don't think it's in 0.7 at all. Visual scripting is like a major reworking of stuff because the things that we have right now for behaviors and stuff are kind of like hard coded. They're not built with a visual scripting platform. So what we need to do is we need to recreate the behaviors with the new visual scripting engine, and that's not finished being built yet. So what I'm hoping that our transition to visual scripting will mean that the old games work. It's just that what was once a kind of black box of this of the behavior where you just have some inputs and then the behavior comes out, it will just be like an opening of the box to say, hey, here's what the visual scripting is saying is going on inside of here. I think that would be the nicest way to do it, but I'm an artist. I'm not in charge of the engine development, so I don't know exactly what that transition is going to look like. No.
Alrighty. Hey, Alex, guess what?
What?
There was not a single shame bell on today's show.
Yay! Good job, everybody.
There was a couple of people that forgot to tick the box that said, check this box to become eligible to make sure you're not a robot. But aside, there was no duplicates.
There we go.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And our
I'm always happy
winner
for that.
is over on YouTube. So all you YouTubers can get excited while I pause dramatically for effect. Congratulations goes out to Centurion. You're the winner of Wizzy's
Hey!
amazing purple hat. Congrats. We got your wallet address. We got your information. Alex will send that out when he sends out a batch.
Besmir, the no duplicates reward has already happened.
Yeah,
that
already
list
got
was
them.
already made, and we're waiting for layer 2 for me to send that out. That's it.
Already done. Well, Alex, you said you wanted to get on out of here, so should we close it out now?
I think so. So this was a cool game. This was by Fact Bros, which is our Italian team in the Creator Fund. You can go check that
wow.
out. I think it was on page like 3 or 4, something like that.
What was the name of it again?
Tower Game Jam, something.
Cool. I like it.
I don't remember, and I just closed it, so I can't check it. If
Don't
you
worry about
rewind
it.
the video back to when we started the game, you'll be able to see what it was called. All right, thank you, everybody, for hanging out today. We are so excited for next week. A week from today, Alpha Season 3 starts. Get hyped. Get ready to KYC. Get ready to stake sand and have NFTs and avatars and prepare yourself, because it's going to be awesome.
Prepare yourself. Get hydrated. Eat some food. Get some rest. It's going to be a long one. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be so much stuff. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.